Hi there folks, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I've not been on for a few days, but I've just had some other things going on. So I've got some new stamps again from Stamps by Me, which I've not used before. And I just thought they were so good because they're silhouette stamps called Friends Forever. So you've got a silhouette there, and a silhouette there. So let's get started. I thought I would just try and do 3 cards with the 3 stamps that are here. So I'm using my stamp wheel today because these are quite large stamps. And I do like the background of that paper there, that packaging is really nice. Right, so what I need to do is I've got some paper here. I've got this 12 by 12 which I need to cut down to make into a card topper. And it's not this is just hobby craft paper. It's just smooth card. Before I use my stamp, let's just move that to the side and I'll just cut some bits up. So I'm going to go straight down at 6 inches and then I'm going to do it again at 6 inches, just the 2 pieces like that, and they should all be the same size. Yes. Now I've also got some Distress Oxide Sprays that I thought I might use because I sort of wanted to make a kind of splash at the back of each of these. So I need to get my glass mat because I'm going to be making a bit of a mess, haven't I? Well, I will be. I'm going to be playing with ink, so I think that could be classed as a bit of a mess. Let's just move this again as well. Get myself into a right pickle here. Just pop that over to the side just now, and that's fine. So I thought I'd just do the 3 stamps, so I might do one, the dancer going that way, that one will probably be in the middle, and that one will be in the middle as well. But I just want to do sort of 3 messy backgrounds. So I've got this Salvage Patina or Patina, whatever you want to pronounce it, which is a Distress Oxide spray. It is water reactive and it's a dye, sort of ink fusion dye, sort of pigment in. These are really quite chalky when it's dried, but they do a nice, they do. So I just want a few spritzes. I don't want loads. I think I'll just do that with this one too. So, saying I don't want huge amount. And this one at the end, I know it's got stuff on it, but I can turn it over and use the Kish Flamingo, which will be nice. I'm not going to put that, I don't think, on there, or am I? Oh, maybe I am. Just making this up, you know. That's the best way though. Definitely. Definitely the best way. Now, Stormy Sky, I thought I might just put that on this one, bottom with a pink. And then I'll just leave those 2 like that. Oh, that came out quite more spritzy than I expected. So, the next thing I want to do is just add some, just get rid of that sprayed bit. It's just kind of trying to just roll it about a bit. So I'm just going to add a wee bit of water just to spread that around slightly, and it will dilute it a little bit as well. The joy! So I'm going to dry this off, and then I'll come back and we will stamp back in a mo. Right, so I've heated all them, they're all dry. They've all come out slightly different. I'll let these bits run a little bit. That bit's got a bit down the centre. So let's start with the dancer at the top. So the reason I want to do it on the stamping platform is because sometimes you don't always get a perfect, you don't get a perfect stamp the first time, like a stamp down. So I think it's better to do it on the platform if you've got one, or if you've got a massive block. But if you've got a massive block, I would hold it down. I'd ink it up quite well, and I'd probably hold it down for quite a while. So we're going to put this piece of paper on. We're going to take this off. This just protects my mat, and it's a grid, but I don't use it really as a grid. So I'm just going to pop it in there, and then that should stick to there. And then I'm going to just put the dancer kind of there, like that. And then I'm going to pick her up, or him, or whatever. I think that's the right way round. I'm just trying to get my bearings there. Yeah, that's the leg. That's it there. I'll just do it like that in the middle. So that's my top part. So I'll just lift that up. And also, because you're stamping onto a sort of chalky paint, chalky pigment spray as well, which is, it's good to have it on a stamping platform, because then you know that you can redo it again and again as many times as you kind of need to do it. So just popping it back. So this should go exactly where I placed it when I was positioning it on. I keep forgetting to bring my pressure tool over. It's over on the desk. The cube's at the other side of the room. Just spotted it, but hopefully. So that's actually quite nice, but you can see that it needs redone. It's not very dark, so I'm going to try and do it 3 times. And because, as I say, it's positioned on this tool, it'll go exactly back onto the same place as first stamped. Rid of that out the way. Oh, wrong way round. There we go. Lean on that bit there. That's better, and I think, as I say, I'm just going to do it one more time, and that just makes sure it's completely covered. Get rid of that excess, because I don't want that in my project really, and if I can get rid of it on here, because I see there's a little bit just on there, so just by taking the cloth around there, that should be okay. And just popping that straight back down on the same place. as before. There we go. And I think that's pretty nice. So I'm going to now put on, take this one off, I'm going to put on some wording. So there's dance like nobody's watching, friends or family, the family we choose, and happy birthday. But I'm going to put dance like nobody's watching, I think. So there's quite a few places that are having a sale just now. Hence I got this in a sale. I cannot remember how much it was, but it was in a sale. And I've also been getting some stuff from All and Create, had a sale. I had 70% off a sale, so if anyone's interested, go over to All and Create because they had a sale. As I say, I'm probably pulling the wrong bit off here. That shows they're actually very good stamps because they just don't come off that easily. So I'm going to just pop that into the middle there. And I could do this on a block as well, but I'm going to do it the same way. And it just means I can get a good print. So just if anybody's interested, as I say, All and Create, we're having a 70% off sale, and I've got quite a few things coming. Not got them yet, but I think that's actually okay. I might do it once more because that A is not quite there. So yeah, they were having 70% off, and as I say, Stamps by Me were having a sale, and there's probably a few other places that were having sales as well. Craft Addiction is another new crafting company who have really nice stuff as well, and they had a bit of a sale. But they also had quite a few things that have been sold out as well. So yeah, you could head over. I can put some of the links into the information box if you're interested in it. And right, so I think that's probably all the stamping I'll do on this one. Oh, there we go. So that's the first one. Quite like it. I'm going to put something around here, but we'll do that after. So that's that one. So the next one is going to be one of the ones with the two sort of, I think they're probably break dancers, I would say they are. If they're not, well, they are now. So I'm just going to get those two onto the get a pop to actually turn this round. That away, or let's do it this way. So make sure. Yeah, need to go that way, don't they? So I'm going to do them slightly higher up, and it's going to be exactly the same thing. I'm going to do it in, I think, Nocturne. I mean, I could do it in one of the other colours. Let's see what else we've got. I could do it in Twilight. Oops, let me just check because all these are over here. I'm not sure I would do it in any of these other colours. Could do it in this one. It's maybe too much like the other one though. Let's see. Let's just see if we can change it up a bit. Maybe do it in pink. Let's try it in pink this time instead of Nocturne. See what it's like. we don't like it, we can always do something else. Well, it's quite nice to mix colours instead of just doing it in the bog standard. I suppose because they are kind of silhouette types, I suppose, but you can still do it. I mean, you can see a bit of the back coming through, but I don't mind that really. I think that's okay. So we'll do that again. His foot's not quite coming up there. Maybe we could do it in 3 different colours if we knew the stamp type. That might be quite good. Not quite excess on there. Don't want that. Maybe we could try that. Yeah, that's better. I think I'm going to try that. So we need to wipe this off, and then we need to position this again slightly further down. Could do it 2 places, and then pick that up with your lid, and then we could do it in the blue because we've got blue, or we could do it in the darker blue, or the darker blue on the table. I don't think. Can't see it. Just try it in this one. Autumn Breeze, I think this is. Yep. Just because we've kind of got these colours in the background anyway. Might be quite nice. Just get rid of that bit. Yeah, that's quite nice, I think. And then one bit more on this one because it's needs it done at least 3 times, I would say. I would do it 3 times, because unless you're quite happy with it. I mean, that's okay, but I might just do it again because there's a few bits that are a bit missing there that I think could be better. Go. I'll just do it one more time, and then we can add a sentiment to that one as well. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Right, we're going to add a sentiment, aren't we? So we'll just take the stamp off. Just put this back, and then let's see what were the. Could have Friends to Forever on that one. Let's just put Friends Forever and get it off the backing. It's quite sturdy. So just make sure that's still pressed in the correct place, and we can either have it up here. We could have it in the middle actually as well. There, so it's not quite going into everything. So let's just try and pop it on there. Probably don't need, as I say, the stamp platform form for this bit, but I suppose it just keeps it in the right place, doesn't it? So I'm just wondering if we should use a different colour again. So I'm thinking I'm going to use Twilight for this one. Oh, I've put it on the wrong way. Help! Put the stamp on the wrong way. What a silly person. I've done that before, you know. Right, I'm going to have to position it again. So it actually goes this way, not that other way. Oh dear, silly me. I think that'll work. I bet you were shouting at the screen, it's round the wrong way, it's round the wrong way. Oh my goodness, never mind. get there, we'll get there. So just popping that into the middle, like that. Just do it again to give it a bit more prominence, maybe. Yeah, I think that's okay. I might just do it a third time just because. Right. Oh, I'll take some of the ink off yet. There we go. That's fine. So that's that one done. As I say, I'm going to add some bits to that one as well. So put that there, and then we're on to the last one. So let's just wipe this stamp off and get the next one at the bottom, which is the group. So, I mean, obviously there's lots of ways you could do this. I mean, you could do I could do them, I might come back on at another time and do them in the moonlight. That's a way you could do them, which they would actually be more likely to be silhouettes than anything else. Get off this carrier sheet. Jings. Come on, off you come. Don't be shy. Right, that's better. So, let's see. So, I think I'm going to have it going this way. I'll try and get this a bit straighter because I think sometimes it's a bit squinty. I suppose it doesn't matter. As long as it sticks on when I'm using it is the important thing. So let's get this round the right way instead of putting on the wrong way, Shirley. So I'm going to put that in and I'm going to pick them up now, and then I'm going to decide what colours I'm going to use this time. So I'm wondering if I could do them different colours. I think it's probably quite hard to maybe do that. What I'll do is I'll just do them in twilight. Just do them all in twilight, and that's a bit easier. So they're more like people that are doing kind of acrobatics as well, a kind of breakdancey probably thing as well. Probably just say, I don't think it's Gangnam Style. I remember when Gangnam Style was kind of all the rage, and when I worked in nurseries with children, some of my colleagues used to fool about when all the children were away home with this Gangnam Style dance. It was quite funny. Can't say I really ever did it. I mean, I like dancing, but no. So let's do it again because it's not quite done. Sorry about the camera rocking a bit, but I hope you'll agree these are really nice stamps. They're really quite effective. Just something different. I like a bit of different. I don't like everything to always be the same. That's why I use different brands, because I like lots of different brands. Some people tend to keep to the same brand, and that's fine. But I like lots of different brands, and that's why I have lots of different ones. And it just gives a bit of variety, I think, on my channel, unless you really want to just see one thing. I, think perhaps some people do, and they tend to just stick to these channels. I'll just do one more, and then you can add any extras and pop them onto bases. So I know I've done them at 6x6, but I might cut them down slightly to fit onto another size of card. I'm not sure yet. There we go. I think that'll do. So I'm just going to wipe this off. Now it does look like they're a bit mottled, but they will actually, that will actually dry, and it should be fine. So let's put this one back on here, and let's get another sentiment. So we've got happy birthday, friends or the family we choose. Maybe we'll do that one on the bottom, near the bottom, and I'll try and get it round the right way this time instead of putting it the wrong way. That was so funny. Well, it wasn't, and it was, but done that before actually, quite a few times. So it's not the first time, but I have done it before. So I want to use this time, I'm going to use the pink, which is Charming Pink. Friends are family we choose. That's good, isn't it? I like that. I think that's enough. Right. So let's pop that stamp onto there. Pop this to the side. I'll pop these away because I don't want to get some hands in them. Might use them again in a minute. Right, so I can take this off and take the stamp wheel away because we're not using it anymore. So I'll just pop that to the side. Over here, a minute, where do I put it? I'll just put it over here. There we go. So there's one, well that's three actually. This is one here, two here, and three. So I think they're pretty good. I'm quite happy with them. But what I thought I might add is, if I've got any, I'm going to bring this little trolley. I've got a little trolley off to the side here. And I'm going to bring it around. Because there's lots of goodies in this trolley. It's so full of goodies. It's just great. So, what I thought I might add, if I can find it, some glitter. So I've got this Eco Glitter Vintage Shimmer, which is Lavinia stamps. And I've got this very thin tipped glue, which I've had for ages from Stamping Up. It's precision glue. So what I thought I might do is just to get some of this on, and then I can add a wee drop glitter just onto here, just to this bit where it looks like it's a ribbon or something, or it's just to show the movement of the dancer. And I'll do it on this bit at the bottom as well. So just put a little drop on. I've got a piece of paper I could catch it with somewhere. It might work. Here's a bit of purple stuff. This is just a bit of scrap. Not too much, surely. Hopefully that other glue's, yeah, that'll be dry. So then just pop it off, get rid of the excess, and then you get that nice little twinkle. Hope you can see that there. Okay, on the dancer. So that's that. Now, I'm not going to do that, I don't think, to any of the other ones. I'm just going to put that glitter on the one thing. Pop that away. Now, what else? I have got some, oops, what's that falling on the floor? I had some stickles. I think they might be in here. Let's just put that to the side. So, what I could do is put some of the shimmer paint onto this one and that one, just to add a bit more texture onto them. But I think they're really nice stamps and really like them. So let's just put a little bit of water into one of these, so one that's going to sort of stand out. So we'll go for this one, which is yellow gold. And I've just got my fan brush, so I'm going to try and get, I know I probably should take these out of this box, but it's quite compact like that. So I'm just going to tap a few of these onto there, and that just gives it a bit more. I know I'm tapping over the dancers, but it doesn't really matter too much. Just gives it something else, a bit more of. So that's that one. You can see that there. Pop that one over there. Now just leave these, I think, to dry while I sort my brush. And then what I was looking for is probably not actually here. But we'll try and look. Actually, here we are. We've got these little pens. All my pens. Put that over there. So for this one, I could use my silver pen if I wanted, or my gold pen. So I could do a sort of line in between here if I wanted to sort of emphasize the sort of between the shadow and the sort of real thing type thing if I wanted. There's that. And then I suppose another thing is just kind of highlighting. So finding a light source area that you like and just going round the edge of each figure, one side kind of thing. Oh, that's not very good, surely. So that sort of thing. These are just added things you can do after you've stamped in darker colours. Don't have to though, it's not compulsory, but you know, they can sometimes add a little bit of something extra to your project, and you can probably add some sort of wee lines and things. So I think that's all. Actually, maybe do a bit down her leg. I'm not going to do it on the silhouette at the bottom. I'm just going to do on the top half. And I think actually I did it at the wrong end here, but that doesn't matter. I'll just go around here a little bit and then back up here, on there, and on the end there. I think that's all I can really do. Could maybe do it on that foot up there as well, and then that's all really I was going to do. So now I'm going to cut them down. I'm going to pop that to the side, push that wee trolley away, out the way. Right, this can go over here, and let's just chop this down slightly. So I did it at 6 by 6, so I want to actually do it at, I cut at 5.5. That, and I cut here at 5.5 as well. That looks less big. I can also chop a wee bit off there, so that would mean it would go, probably go to 5. So that would be fine. Okay, this one I think I'm going to just do at 4 3/4. Might have to do a bit smaller. So doing it 4 3/4. Well, it's actually 3 3/4 now. And I think I'm going to leave it like that because I want to see these other pieces. And this piece I'm just going to cut to 5 3/4 all the way round. Rid of those bits, and then we're going to find some more paper to put on and make them into cards. Right, so I'm not going to put a colour, I'm just going to put them straight on like this because I want them to have a nice white border. So I'm not going to cut, I'm going to score. So that's just over 6. So let's cut that there. That was just over 6, was it? No, that's actually 5 3/4. So let's just put this one on to the front. Oh, I think I've done it wrong there. That one's not going to fit. Let's do this one. So I just want them all to have a nice white background. I don't want them to have any other colour. So that would be 1. So that looks quite nice. This one I might have to sort of had it the right size, but I don't think I do. I think I'm going to have to cut this one slightly just to make it fit a bit more on both sides. I'm going to cut it. So that's now down to just under 5.5. Let me see what that looks like, if it needs a bit cut off the bottom and top. Nope, that looks good. And then we need another piece of card just to put number 3 on. Let's get, we've actually got a card base which is in hammered card. I might just use that for this one because it should fit on the top of there like that nicely. Yes, that's really nice. So let's get them in the screen. So let's get them put together. And then we can, well, if we can get the glue to come out because it's a bit temperamental for some reason. Did that earlier. I was posting some stuff and things today, and I needed to use glue for something. I can't remember what. And it wouldn't come out. I was like, you get a new bottle of glue, then it won't come out. So let's just pop this one on first. So these colours work really well. I mean, obviously you can use anything for a background. It doesn't have to be these particular colours I use. If you've got these colours, by all means try it. But it doesn't have to be those particular colours. And that's a bit squint, unfortunately. Never mind. It's a handmade card. So that's card 1. Well, that was actually card 3. Let's do card 1. So, I mean, I could have put backing onto it, like put a blue or a purple, pink or whatever onto it, but I just thought it looks quite nice just with the white background on it. Oh, that's the glitter. This one's got slightly a bigger border, but that's actually fine. I don't mind that. I think that looks quite nice as well. Try and get that straightish. It's looking squint. Oh, is that better? It's better. I could cut that down a little bit. It's quite big of a white space, but it's still quite nice. And then the last one, or this was the second one I did, which is the Break Dancers. Right, I'm going to actually do this. No, I can't do 10 fold. I thought I could. So this one just gets a little border around it as well. Just try and, before I stick it down completely, just try and get it straightish. Go. And that's 3 cards from 1 stamp. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Hope you will let me know your thoughts. And check out these sales, yeah, because they're worth it. If you are looking for something special or something that you've always wanted and didn't want to pay the full price for it, yeah, have a look for it. And see if there's anything left, but I take it these sales go fast, so there was quite a lot of sold out things when I was on the website, so yeah. So thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and I'll see you all soon on the next video. Bye for now.